Yeah, of course I'm still wearing my own underwear. I'm not switching underwear with the guy. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we're back with another episode of Gundam Wing. Zeta. War in the Pocket. 0083.
Destiny.
Freedom.
Orphaned.
Iron-blooded.
So,
00.
we have notes. 00. Yeah. We have notes. We have a board. Start with a board then.
Well, actually, I should probably, as I was suggesting before we started recording, put out there the element that I had a lot to do this morning and last night, so I did not have the opportunity to fully finish rewatching the episodes. I did one of the last two episodes and then half of the other episode. So if there's something missing on the board, or one of my notes just doesn't make any goddamn sense because of something that happened at the back half of the second episode, know that that's what's going on, and of course I'll complete whatever's missing on the board by the time of not next recording, but not next episode, as we do 2 episodes in the recording.
And I finished my notes about 10-15 minutes ago, so that's just me being lazy.
I was trying to 10 to 15 minutes ago. I just got back from doctor's appointments and shit, so yeah, board changelog. I connected Quinston and Sex together with a green line, and I connected Wereridge and Dermail with a white line.
He was a Russian noble guy who was Rena's like, oh, Rena, you're here, blah, 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 so long ago.
Well, Lessons, I can tell you, I legitimately just told you 4 names, so take your pick. You have a 25% chance at success.
Marquis Wellridge. Wereridge.
It's fine. I think in a future note, I call him Wellridge instead of Wereridge.
We wish you well off the ridge.
We are the height of comedy. Observational humor is our bag, baby.
So, now that we did that, we go to notes, which I do not have many of, but I shall endeavor to regale you with most of them anyway. Well, all of them, actually. Otherwise, this would be a waste of time. Episode 38, The Birth of Queen Relina. So Wu Fei is a fascist. So he may want to prevent bloodshed, but the weak shouldn't be fighting bit is so wrong. He has consistently learned the wrong lesson from every single encounter.
It's your guy.
And yes, I am drawn as him somewhere down here.
I mean, to be fair, no, I didn't. I'm not going to pull that out. Yeah, it's your guy. Also, I don't think... Where are you pulling fascist from in this aspect?
Because the way he says, like, oh, the weak shouldn't fight. Every time the weak fight, it's chaos. I'm like...
He's not representing...
I know what...
He's not representing a government, though. He's a bully. You can call him a bully. He's a strong individual, or an individual with an ability that nobody else has, imposing his will on them, but he's not like, everybody in this very specific region does what I say, you know? And he's not, again, representing another government of which he's the enforcer of, so he's not a fascist.
He would have if they had him blown themselves up. He would have if they had him blown themselves up, right? It's like, oh.
Again, I just don't think the word fits in this scenario. I do not like Wu Fei. I will not eat him. My brain was going in a different direction there, and I realized it just spat outwards. I was going to make a Dr. Seuss reference, and Green Eggs and Ham was going into my head, and it was like, I will not eat him. Good. It's the number one thing of not being a cannibal, is not eating people.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't like him, but I'm not defending him. I just don't think the word fascist fits here. He's a bully. He is intimidating people who have no ability to fight back based on misguided beliefs. And not for nothing, my first note also addresses Wu Fei, because it has to, because he starts the episode.
Yeah.
Ignoring for a moment the events of episode 36 and 37, Wu Fei shouts at the mobile dolls, asking why they are bringing this meaningless battle to outer space. First off, mobile dolls are not going to understand the question, let alone respond. Second, technically, they didn't. Despite the narrator's insistence that the colonies are rising up against the dictatorship of Romefeller, we quite clearly saw the colonies willingly and democratically align themselves with Oz. which is still the military side of Romefeller. Nothing has changed politically since then. We've gone from seeing Hildy passing out flyers, recruitment for Oz, to being a member of the Resistance, a couple of groups of people that would become the White Fang, talking about what they do. But the actual colony leaders have never retracted that allegiance to Oz. So technically, it's White Fang that's brought the battle to outer space. The mobile dolls are defending their own territory.
Yeah, well, again, you have to introduce meaning where the show doesn't give you any to see if you can
We're
understand
arguing
things.
on the side of legal distinctions rather than moral
No.
or ethical distinctions.
Not legal distinctions. I'm on the fact that when they say Oz, they might mean the
No, they say Romefeller. I'm connecting Romefeller to Oz because Oz is a branch of Romefeller.
Yes,
but
I know.
They say Romefeller, so
yeah. So,
and I'm not saying that we are arguing that. I'm saying that I'm indicating that the argument is a legal one. That you can say that White Fang, as the colonists themselves, might be in the right, or it's their right to stand up for themselves. But I'm saying in a legal sense, the government that is recognized by the international community is still siding with Oz. So the mobile dolls are there as representatives of Oz, so they are defending the legal representatives of these colonies. So in that sense, White Fang is the resistance. They are the illegal combatants in the scenario. They are the ones. And Wu Fei is defending them because he says, put your weapons down. He doesn't attack them. So
he destroys he destroys the turret on the colony.
Those apparently are unarmed, not armed, unmanned. I think the indication is that we've seen control rooms before where they say target those things. So I think they're unmanned, controlled from a central location. The actual people, the ones that are actually bringing combat to space or battles to space, he doesn't do anything with. So even in the realm of what's happening, Wu Fei is always on the wrong side of history.
Yeah.
Well, he's not on the wrong side of history, because in the greater scope of things, he's on the side of the Gundam pilots, and the Gundam pilots are going to be on the right side of history because they're the main characters of the show, and then the writers are going to make them that. But it's like if you had a guy, right? Say you're a member of the Dirty Dozen, and you're fighting the Nazis, right? And you're doing what you got to do. And then just in the background, there's a guy who's killing kids out in the barn. It's like, well, technically, he's a member of the Dirty Dozen.
Or sneaking into, trying to kidnap women and throw them into a...
I'm just saying that you can be an evil person and a member of a good group at the same time. It's the good people who... I don't mean to go into the whole it's good people who do nothing thing, but it's the element of the good people who didn't kick you out of the group. Just means that you wound up on the right side of history as a matter of incident.
Talking about, who's doing right and wrong, my next one is about Duo. Duo expresses ideals better than Wu Fei. Essentially, he's saying, I will fight so others don't have to, and I will die so others may live. Noble sentiment, to be sure, and I agree with it in principle. But like Wu Fei, he doesn't have the right to decide for others, especially the oppressed, that they cannot, nor should not fight for the rights and freedoms.
Yeah, immediately when you said you agreed with it, I was thinking of an argument in my head already, because you're taking away people's free will. You should have, one, self-representation is just like, I don't know why I can pull out legal shit all the time, but, you have the right to face your accuser, you have the right to representation, your ability to put your own will out there. I mean, that's just an element of being alive. Otherwise, what are you, just a cog in the machine with no ability? Damn it, I gotta send a letter to Duo so that he can go fight the people in the court for me. So I'm not allowed, because, what degree of force is Duo allowing you to represent? Legal force? Social force? Like, is it just battle force? Can I go up to, can I be a Karen until somebody tries to punch me, and then Duo is going to get in the way of that? It's my old Gundam 00 argument of, to what degree do the people in the Gundams in 00 are like, they interfere with combats. They prevent combats from happening by fighting everybody on the battlefield.
Yeah.
So it's like, what level do they interfere with? To the degree that my flippancy was, do they interfere with a soccer hooligan group? Like, say the soccer team lost and the hooligans go out into the streets and start tearing up the city. Do the Gundams arrive to fight the soccer hooligans?
Yeah, point a giant gun at them, going like, either that or the entire street goes up in flames. Like, okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
well, because apparently they're willing to fight terrorists, right? And those are not people with mobile suits. So just like, what degree are you willing to intervene in? So how far is Duo willing to go to stop people from fighting? Oh no, the bully's picking on this kid in the playground. Brrr, it's Gundam.
Giant scythe comes out like, ah!
The problem with a slippery slope is you gotta, like, make a ledge, I guess. You gotta decide where you're gonna stop. Really annoying? You don't have hard feelings towards Wu Fei because of the humiliation you felt? Not the death of all of the trainees that you apparently spent all your time bringing up yourself? Remember that this is the guy that killed them with bombs he set in the middle of the night? That your men either died in the explosions or burned to death from those resulting fires. But sure, suddenly you think Wu Fei understands peace. Well, hit you with a misogyny on the way out anyways, which I'm sure you also won't care about.
Misogyny, yeah.
That's what I said.
I heard that as massage. The massage one.
Mysogyny, right? Massage.
No. Yeah, I know. That's I misheard. It was like massage. Like,
yeah, he hit you with a massage on the way out, and that's why he.
Yeah.
I mean, it turns out it was an annoying Wu Fei pair up the whole time. It's just the element that he is. Again, what we were talking about before, he's going to fall on the right side of history because he's a part of the group. If he was just a mobile suit pilot and not a Gundam pilot, he would just be this weird guy no one would want to do anything with.
Yeah.
But it turns out they gave him a mobile suit. So, I mean, they gave him a Gundam. So, we need the Gundam pilots. It's like, no, you don't really. Some of these mobile suit pilots are actually pretty good. Like, Trank turned out to be pretty good in a mobile suit, in a Gundam. You don't need the Gundam pilots. You need the Gundams. The Gundams are the figureheads of everything. People recognize the Gundams. The fact that for the longest time, Oz couldn't find the pilots before we found out that they had the home addresses of everybody was because nobody fucking knows what the Gundam pilots look like. We spent half of the series like, oh my god, that kid's a Gundam pilot? Yeah, nobody gives a shit about the pilots. It's the Gundams. You could literally put Oz people in there and have them march around. Everyone would think Oz is the cool guys now. That's, I guess, the downfall of Tuberov, is he didn't see the political value of just having the Gundams.
Which, there's a note about that. Well, I have note adjacent. I actually didn't note that specific thing, but that happens later on in another episode.
Again, that's the benefit of the show, I feel like, is that the show's writing is spotty at best, and the flow is not there. There's no flow to this show. But it can still inspire political discussion about what might be and what's right and what's wrong. So in that aspect, there are some props you have to give the show as I lean completely off camera. Don't record me saying this.
Now for next note. Time for Katra to go to a circus. Not the circus, not this circus, but a circus.
Well, maybe it's a circus.
It's what it says. It's what it says on the banner. It's like a circus. Well,
maybe this is a callback to Turn A. I mean, it's a call forwards to a future show to be called Turn A Gundam. Turn A Gundam is actually named not because of the symbol, but after the circus.
It's a circus.
Turn A Circus.
Yeah.
So Quattro's dad refuses to release power when the people of the colony want to side with Oz, tries to take the resource satellite the colony needs to survive, and gets killed for the trouble. Then, sometime off-screen, Quattro shows back up, and the entire colony is just fine with him taking over his dad's position, with absolutely no discussion about what he didn't give up power to them. Sorry, how he didn't give up power to them. Or that they essentially killed him. Or how Quattro essentially went crazy, vowing revenge, created a mobile suit that led him to destroy a colony. Just off-screen, solved all of their problems with one another. I guess that's the solution to the cycle of hurt people hurting people. Whatever Quattro did off-screen, let's do that again.
Yeah. I'm very, very sorry. He's $1 trillion space bucks. Oh, well, that's fine. I mean, we don't have a problem with that.
I mean, it's the most... It is the most brilliant solution to the how do we stop the fighting. I can't come up with one. Well, we'll just do it off screen. Legitimately, we can't think of an answer, and to be fair, there probably is no way anybody in the entire world will ever think of an answer. So let's just imply someone in the show is smarter than all of everyone in human history, and they did come up with an answer, and we don't need to watch, the process of how that works. We don't even need to show him showing up, coming up with a solution, implementing the solution. We'll just see the after effects, right? It was war, and then it was utopia.
Or maybe he just, like I said, he just paid off a lot of people. It's like, do you want its resources? Here's a amount of money. You can buy all the resources you want.
And I guess also, as a reminder, your utopia is someone else's dystopia.
Yeah, very much true. At the end of this run, there's something about that too as well. My last note for episode 38. This is one of the several episodes that is all about getting the band back together. I'm gonna say more than one episode, but the whole intent was we need to get the band back together.
Ever since episode 10, it's been get the band back together. Because it's been always, it's Troa and Hero. Oh, it's Troa and Quatra. Oh, it's Quatra and Duo. It's just, we were all together once, and then we all started meeting up in individual meet cutes or whatever the fuck. Alright, this is one of my notes that, due to my preface before about not having finished the second episode, may or may not make any sense. Well, it doesn't make any sense to begin with. Where the hell is Heavy Arms? If everyone's rushing out to get Troa back, presumably he'd be of no use if he didn't have a Gundam. So either everyone is wasting their time, or Heavy Arms is just sitting in someone's garage.
Yes, around there is he actually destroyed Heavy Arms. It blew up. And there's no hint of him getting the new Heavy Arms.
I'm using Heavy Arms in the sense of we still call the new Death Scythe. I'm not making the, it's the RX-78-2 GM or whatever, those sorts of things. This show isn't going to go that deep. I'm not going to go that deep.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
And also, we have no idea where the scientists are. They were extensively on the moon the last time we saw them.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. It's so maybe they're working on the new Heavy Arms and the new Sandrock.
The problem is that even if they were in the same episode being shown, back when they were on the moon, them being shown escaping or something, in one episode, we went from owning a carrier fleet to being in the middle of the jungle. Who the fuck, right? Who the fuck knows? They're probably on the Peace Million by now, for all we know.
Probably.
Oh, you remember, one episode ends with the Quatra, oh no, I just killed Hero, or whatever. The next episode, we're on a beach that was in the colony, on the moon base. That was on the moon base where that happened. Next episode, we're on a beach on Earth, captured by Oz officers, nothing in between. I legitimately said, dogs. Did we miss an episode? Because...
Yeah. Playing with some dogs. Well, ostensibly were trained by the military to help them patrol, but I guess,
I have no idea, but I'm just saying that's something that happened, and that involves the moon base and these people leaving, and they didn't show us a damn thing in between, so...
Transitions, who needs them?
Legitimately, the doctors could be all dead, for all I know.
Now to the next episode. Episode 39. Troa's return to the battlefield. And now we have the cafe recruitment scene. Leader White Fang shows up with two dudes and starts to talk to Trace. Tell Trace to... And that goes to what you were talking about, Gundams being a symbol. It's we don't want you. We want also the Gundam, because the Gundam is a symbol. We want, it's a symbol of rebellion. It's I'm going to think about it. I'm going to walk slowly to the snow.
Well, just more so that I remember that scene more now because of the element I was trying to see if the guys behind. By the way, I was reading it as Quince, and his name is Cans, apparently, in English. But the element that I was trying to see if the guys behind him had names because they had voice actors, right? Well, that man behind him, his name is Man. So either his name is Man, or much like any other element of any other episode, he's just, man one, man two.
Yeah. Guy in the corner.
So Relina's declaration is surely some Antichrist level shit. Next step, one world religion. Seriously, though, can't imagine the countries that have hated each other for generations are supporting this. Some of those people that supported her are really going to be feeling betrayed right now. Certainly, this is what Romafiller has wanted from the start, though, so it's a win in their category. Just a real separation from the idealism of the cause and the reality of what people wanted.
We want peace.
Well,
This is a bit too
as much as I hate to keep going back to Christ,
Yeah.
people wanted a kingdom on earth, and he's promising a kingdom in heaven. There's a bit of a different, disconnect here.
You mean you have to die to get? No. I like to live. Thank you very much. I mean, I will die, like we all do, but I like to push that a little farther back. Thank you very much. And if it turns out that you're only handing out IOUs, then yeah, we're screwed.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, when I was writing it, I was also thinking, the difference between, say, the Communist Manifesto and the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, literally, though, Relina's declaration is just a one world religion away from being the Antichrist. Everyone loves her for no apparent reason. That's also a sign of the Antichrist.
And my next note, right after she makes a declaration, no, right after, when they go somewhere else and they come back to them. Actually, I don't remember what the other scene is in between, but they come back to and then Dermail is like, blah, 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 blah. And then what's his name gets up and is like, we want you to quit, but we won't fire you. Then Dermail's like, well, then I don't want to quit. Like, Wenrich goes, okay, then. Never mind.
Remember, Welridge is the one who stood in front of a gun before, so he's not, timid.
No, but the whole conversation was very weird. It's like, we would want you to quit, but we're not going to fire you the way you fired Trace. Okay?
Well, no, he didn't fire Trace.
No, he put him.
That was his whole point. We want you to step down voluntarily like Trace did. And he's like, now is not the time. He's like, oh, you're saying now is not the time? Okay. I mean, technically, my next note is about the same thing, so let me just add on. I get that Weirridge is standing up to Dermail in what I assume to be an indication towards being the good guy he was at the start of the show when he defended Relina then. But his venue is rather limited. He's asking, as a Marquis, where the Duke gets his authority to make these calls. Well, being a Duke, Dermail outranks him. But I guess the indication is that they made Relina queen, so she outranks them all, and the general body of Romafeller has come together to consider her. Hasn't come together to consider her a puppet. So in theory, in this meeting, she could remove Dermail from his position, and enough members of Romafeller could support her to make it a real coup. As it stands, all she said was the one world government line. Dermail has added the military aspect after the fact. So if Weirridge had said his piece, and then Relina backed him up, and all the people we had seen at previous meetings of Romafeller that were meeting with Relina, talking about how they actually support her, if they had come to action here right now, they could have ousted Dermail, and this really could have been a Relina is the villain arc. She would have pushed the one world government as an end towards peace. People would have risen up against her. She technically, I imagine, would have left Oz high and dry, which would mean that Oz would then start another Night of Long Knives again, I assume. In which case, she would have incited worldwide violence in a night. So she would be essentially the villain. Because not for nothing, she'd also try to do what she can to make one world government. She sees it as a path to actual peace. That didn't seem to be a thing that she was saying because she was made to say it. That felt like something she believed in, which means, again, if you're pushing for a one world government, you're probably the bad guy.
Pretty much. My next note. Dorothy wants to show her father that he's not in Kansas anymore. Because when they were talking in the hallway, they're, oh yeah, we got to do this, and then they all turn back, and there's Dorothy. He's like, "That's what you really want, Miss Dorothy." Yes, that's what I want. Basically, that's what it basically boils down to. The whole
Yeah, I
scene.
mean, I unfortunately just don't remember it that much because I got like one scene past that, and that's where my notes end because of the thing I said before. Then that's also to the quality of my last note. Sadichi gave himself a promotion. He was a lieutenant last time we saw him. Now he's a colonel.
I mean, when you're the leader of the rebels, you can give yourself whatever title
He's not
you
a leader
want.
of the rebels. That's
But
Cam's.
leadership in the rebel. Yeah, I know, but
He's
still.
the guy overseeing the
Supposedly.
production of the barge, I guess.
Well, barge / wasn't it supposed to be like a larger?
Oh yeah, sorry, not
With a
barge.
piece
Barge
meaning?
is the other place. This is the Gould mothership.
My next note. No, Katra, that is not Samrock's fault. That is a skill issue. I mean, Troy is just obliterating them with just a Taurus. And rocket jumping doesn't work that well. The energy and time spent getting to the shuttle would have been better spent getting closer to Troy's position.
I've got nothing to add because it's been a week since we've seen the episode and I didn't get this far. I do recall that he jumps into a Taurus. It was one of the white ones, wasn't it?
Yeah, once.
But I don't specifically remember the combat now, so
No, he was dual wielding
the way that you phrase your notes sometimes to be like, we both know what's going on, and then sarcastically as though you're talking as the character, and it's like, I don't know what we're talking about. I know it's just you're saying it for the audience at this point, so when you pause to look at me, it's like, that happened.
Sure, but I guess. But, yeah.
Did I do that?
Let me check the script. Sure, it's right here, page 27.
Insert drum roll.
Yeah. My next note, second to last. And of course, we have to have the outside cockpit conversation in the middle of the battlefield. I mean, ostensibly the fight ended, but still, it's like everybody's like, you know what? We have radios inside our suits, but we're going to use our suit radios just to talk because, hey, vacuum of space is so... Whoa, okay, never mind. Don't look down. So great.
Yep.
Everybody
Again, you don't preface it with anything. You're like, you remember when they did this? You're just like, oh yeah, talking on your microphones or something outside. Yeah, that's a statement.
The same fight is over, and they all literally step outside. They open the cockpit and go like, "Oh yeah," and then it's like, "Troa, who is this guy?" And Dua is like, "What do you mean you don't remember me?" Okay. My last note then. Hero reactivated his murder robot persona, which, to be honest, is the only one he really has. Like the final show is like, I gotta kill Relina. If I kill Relina, then everything will be alright again. I'm like, okay, that's a solution, I guess, to the problem of the Antichrist. Yeah, no.
No, I'm just thinking the element that we have to kill the person who's pushing total pacifism, which doesn't make you look like a good guy. And then Cans is being like, we're not impersonating, we're putting forth the ideals of Hero Yui, who was killed due to pushing peace. Yeah. So the people who are representing or, doing their best impression of, I guess, the guy pushing for total peace are now killing a bunch of people. And Hero Yui, the person who took that guy's name, is trying to then kill the person who's pushing for total pacifism. So it's just a funny circular irony, which I'm going to represent by making a circle motion sideways to the camera, which is probably the best way to do this.
Mill. You're going the mill. Milling. I suppose like this, which, those were my notes because that final part was like, no, we're back at it again, I guess. We're running out of episodes and ideas.
Well, we're not running out of episodes. I guess we're technically running out of episodes in that there's a defined number of episodes. But there's still plenty of episodes left. Like I said, if there's no delays,
10 episodes.
There's no delays or problems by our recording schedule, we'll finish Gundam Wing this show by the end of the year. Then have some extras, specials, and then the movie. So carry us a bit into January.
Yep.
And then I believe the plan is Gundam 00, I think. I think that won the poll for being the most popular, and I guess it would fit considering Gundam 00 is the reimagining of Wing, kind of the same way that Destiny was the reimagining of Mobile Suit Gundam, and looks like Z in some aspects. But then again, Z is also just a bit of the same thing from Mobile Suit Gundam. So,
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess with nothing left, let's go ahead and hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
Make sure that you hit the like button.
Hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
on top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
Unfiltered.
Uncensored.
And uncut.
as well as some early access stuff,
You can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
No, we're still in the same intro.
Well, why wouldn't we be?
Oh, episode 40. We have 9 episodes to go.
It's either the next episode or the episode after next. We already did a
I mean, I
discussion
do
about this
like the
because
song.
for some reason we thought that it was going to be the last
Yeah.
10, and it's like, no, it's something like the last 9 or 8. Yeah, I mean, I got no problem with the song.
Oh, I
It's,
like it. One of my favorite.
I think it's just more the element that most of these songs are better individually.
Oh, yeah.
One-off listening. Like, obviously, The Winner was the exception to the rule from Stardust Memory. Because I just
Yeah.
listened to that song in repeat. Like, it's a great song. But
Oh, this song is part of my, we call my Mecha Mix on YouTube. So,
did
yeah.
you say Mecha Mix just because there was something on screen that had the word mix in it already?
No, because of Giant Robots. Mecha Mix, my music.
No, I said the word mix. Literally, when you were saying it's part of my Mecha Mix, there was a credit on screen that was saying -mix.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well. Pure coincidence.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's good in a one-off. But we've listened to it every week for a while
Yeah.
now. It's kind of losing its charm.
Just like Gundam Wing.
ロームフェラ財団は平和の象徴的存在であったリリーナ・ピースクラフトを財団の代表として迎えることで人々の支持を得世界国家実現を正当化させていた。一方宇宙では
And, I mean, more conveniently, though, all they had to do was say it.
Yeah.
They didn't have to show it or do it. And yeah, it hasn't even been a year yet. All this stuff is still happening in the same year. Unless they're actually being very specific. It's after Colony 195. The year is actually called Colony. Colony 195. It's after that.
It could be any year afterwards.
Yeah. We've all just been getting it wrong all this time. It's not AC 195, it's C 195.
Yeah, 195, yeah.
Which is also confusing because that'd be circa 195.
地球ではロームフェラがリリーナ・ピースクラフトを利用してその勢力を一つにまとめ上げようとしている。さてリリーナの方がロームフェラを利用しているのかはわからんが
Global warming really hit the oceans.
歩み出している。問題は混沌を始めたこの宇宙だ。まあ、ご勢力というところだな。そんな勢力があったかな。
That was my question.
ホワイトファングだ。これが最大の問題だな。
Then there's Andros, who's still currently fighting Star Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God
Are they an independent power, though?
Well, thank God they were created with an infinite number of units because they've just been losing hard since the beginning.
Yeah.
残る2つの勢力がわからないんだけど。2つとも勢力と呼ぶにはちと無力。
Rainbow Bright and Q from the Q Continuum.
数としては最も多いだろうが、その意思を表明するだけの組織も力もない。
There's a lot of colonies, and now you can paint it out like that.
我々に決まっておるだろうが。ゼックスの計画通り我々はガンダムたちと手を組む。
Even though Zex might be now joining with the White Fang.
We'll join with the Gundams as Zex planned, and Zex will join as the White Fang as Can's kind.
In order to have peace, I will kill you all.
Yeah, it's the Peacemaker method. If you've ever watched Peacemaker, I'm willing to kill everyone, man, woman, or child, to achieve peace.
No. Oh, everybody's dead. No, it's a piece
To
of
be
the
fair,
grave, I guess.
it's saying peace, not pacifism.
Yeah.
It would be stupid if they said pacifism.
It is the piece of the graves of the grave. Oh, graves are peaceful, I guess. That, you know.
A lot of people, the restless dead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we haven't seen any zombies in this show, so I guess it. And then he's gonna turn around and kill you all too.
Clearly, you haven't been to the South Pacific because we've literally seen that there.
Yeah.
Yep, every so often, a hero needs to remind himself of the narrative that's actually going on.
Yeah.
It's funny because, you know, Relina's technically in what's-her-name's position from Gundam Seed Destiny now.
Not Mir.
Starts with a C, and I can't remember for some reason. Atherin's girlfriend.
Because they are.
You literally got rid of all national borders. What do you think? Pizza parties and a free ice cream. Oh, I thought we were being children here. Are we not? Am I not your queen?
各地に散らばるゲリラや独立国家の兵力が我々の脅威として残ることに考えは及ばなかったようだな。
脅威はロームフェラの方なのです。支配する側が武器
It's literally actually a mirror to what she said on stage back when she first had the first Romefeller appearance. The Gundams will rectify your mistakes.
世界に平和をもたらす立場からロームフェラ財団も変わらねばならない時を迎えたということです。
Also, how dare you tell me how Romefeller intends to do anything? I am the queen of Romefeller.
Yeah.
あなた個人のお考えなのでしょうか、デルマイヨコ。それともそれがロームフェラ全体の考え。
See what I said? All she needs is her supporters from Romefeller, which are already established.
そうなのですか、皆さん。
いや、見解の統一にはまだ至っていない。クイーンリリーナの意見もうなずけるもの。
She doesn't, but she does have the authority.
ロームフェラがこの娘の一言で変わるとでも言うのか。
See, what you should have done is suicide squad her. Put a bomb in her head or something.
Yeah.
That way she wouldn't just say whatever she felt like.
ロームフェラのこれからの方針をクイーンリリーナの意見だけで進めるのはどうかという皆への注意を促したかっただけだ。議題が議題だ。
This is legitimately not a democracy.
They're all nobles. They don't.
I mean, if you believe in your own title, you don't ask other people their opinions. And if the lower people have to believe that there's any upward movement that they can possibly get in this noble title system, they have to believe that Relina has the authority to say what she says.
Yeah, but in reality, politics says you have to have support. So
conceivably, Queen Relina could elevate a bunch of people to dukedom. Although, technically, nobody should be a duke or a marquis who got rid of national borders.
Yeah.
You have no territory from which to derive your title from.
Oh, the one world government, I suppose.
Well, no, she should be the only one with a title. She's the queen of the one world government. Duke Dermail has no dukedom. Marquise Wareridge has no marches. I don't know what you call it in them.
Yeah, no marches, yeah.
And where did you get that?
That is a good question that we were
from?
never told. We were never told how he got there. Or he got a battleship.
You made her a fucking queen.
オズの結束を固めるために取り込んだリリーナだが、これでは邪魔者だ。こうなれば。
ダメですわよ、おじい様。
I said father, but it's like grandfather.
Oh, yeah, I know that. I was
And I made
indicating
that
before
mistake.
that Trey's might have been Dermail's son based on this. I mean, I
The
don't think
eyebrows.
so, but yeah, no, when I brought up the eyebrow thing, I did a similar thing with Mustang in Full Metal Alchemist because he has specific features that don't fit where he's from.
リリーナ様の平和路線がこのまますんなりと進むとは私にも思えません。きっと武力が必要になりますわ。ロームフェラの兵力を維持していた者が強力な指導者として皆に承認されるでしょう。
ロームフェラの兵力はリリーナが解体しようとしている。
おじい様にはオズの宇宙軍があるではありませんか。
Because they've been so fucking effective.
行けというのか。
Well, Dorothy, time to get your grandpa killed.
Yeah, I told you.
Well, I think he knows that too. Don't you go to space? Anyone ever fucking
Yeah.
sent to space dies.
Yeah.
お前はどうするのだ、ドロシー。
Until I don't.
あの人の周囲にはきっとまた戦いの嵐が吹き荒れるでしょうから。
Wow.
この年で前線指揮官になろうとはな。
Hey, give it 5 more years
Because
and
you
I'd be
led
about
her.
it.
He's a top leader because you led her. He's using your authority. You know, that's how she's so powerful.
Weird in-flight movie they've got. It's called Momosu Gundam
Yeah.
The Origin. Ooh, episode 4. I wonder what's gonna happen. No, don't go into the bathroom. He's gonna switch out suitcases.
見ておれよ、愚か者ども。
Oh, pull out a gun under the toilet from under the toilet. Yeah.
No, I just forgot what happens here. I assumed he was gonna blow up. Like there was gonna be a bomb planted. So I'm alluding to how Caswell killed Char. The original Char.
No, well, actually, it wasn't Castle who killed him. They switched. It was.
He killed him by the venture that he knew he was being tracked by those people. He knew a bomb was going to
Yeah.
go off.
Yeah.
あとはリリーナ様次第だわ。そう、デルマユコが。そろそろお時間ですわ、リリーナ様。議事堂へ参りましょう。わかりました。
Yeah, of course I'm still wearing my own underwear. I'm not switching underwear with the guy. It's a new symbol. I guess that's a General Oz symbol. The Space Forces, the Mobile Forces have that, like, Tin Man symbol on the middle of their circle. Libra. Are they?
Not Wu Fei, though.
So, I mean, I don't think they fought for the independence of outer space in, like, forever.
Yeah.
What if an asteroid comes at us, Buffet? What if we need a large gun to take out an asteroid? An extinction level event.
Yeah, the things that you actually need.
Well, no, because the main weapon is, you know. All he's saying is that we can't destroy a planet or move. Which is good. Those are the two things you probably don't want to have activated right now.
Yeah.
Considering you're in orbit of the planet. And you wouldn't be able to get out of the way.
No, that looks like a lot of people. It was like 20 guys.
ですが、これからも指導者であり続けるには、ロームフェラ財団は変わらなければなりません。今この時代が変革していくようにです。何故対立がなくならないのか。自分ではない他者の存在は常に対立の対象としての存在となるからです。対立をなくすには全てが一つにならねばなりません。
リリーナ、それは理想だ。
Let me just make that dream permanent.
私は再び宣言します。 図式をなくし平和な統一国家を作るために最大の力を保有するオズこそがまず武器を手放すのです。
I can only imagine the unseen scene here is she said what?
Yeah.
By Hero.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he has to be inspired not to shoot her by something.
Okay, so they destroy their own troops, I guess, just to get him.
Well, yeah, because the mobile dolls suck at dodging now for some reason.
Yeah.
I guess the excuse here is that these are piecemeal mobile dolls.
Yeah.
Well, they said it's like basically what was left over at the lunar base.
よし、しかしセディッチ大佐、宇宙にはまだ数体のガンダムの存在が確認されている。これからも彼らが再び攻撃を仕掛けてくる可能性はある。一体なぜだ？なぜガンダムは我々を敵視するのだ？
ガンダムが地球のために戦おうとしているからだ。コロニーの真の敵は地球
I don't know if they're fighting for Earth.
宣戦布告したまえ。
Fighting for
で
themselves.
すが、我々はまずオズ宇宙軍を叩くつもりでおります。そのためにバルジに部隊を派遣している最中です。
ホワイトファングはまだコロニーのすべての意志とは言い難い。これはいい機会なのだ。コロニーの意志を一つにまとめるためのな。
It's a real shame when he
okay.
stops wearing the outfit. Look, trench, Zex, still pretty good. I prefer my outfit from the overlay. I like it when Zex traveled back in time 700 years and then joined the British Army.
世界が一つになるということは地球に限るものではありません。二つの存在が対立を生むのです。私たちは
Actually, sometimes it only takes one.
一つになるのです。地球は宇宙と、宇宙は地球と共存を始めるのです。
地球と宇宙の共存？
オズの武装を解除し、宇宙に共存を呼びかけるのです。皆さんにはこれ
Why
ま
don't
で
you
の
just
指導者
disband
この
Oz?
変革を受け入れることを望みます。
What's the point of having Oz with no weapons? What would they do?
ヒーロー。
リリーナ。
Sorry guys, I meant to cut my speech short. I think my brains are gonna go everywhere. Hey guys, you wanna see a cool magic trick? I'm gonna make this dress turn red.
Yeah.
She said, what? Cool.
It looks
it's
so
not-
weird because last time those stairs were not that huge for like having
Well, they were
compared
sitting
to
on
the
them
people on the
before.
bottom. Yeah, I know.
It's like just the element though. It's not like we've never seen rogue military commanders in Oz.
Yeah.
You order them to disband, and they're going to form their own national borders. I'll tell you that much. It's funny how many of these dukes and marquises and whatnot have won the Miss Universe pageant. They're all wearing the band.
修理が終わればサンドロックも宇宙で存分に戦えるようになる。
助かります、ハワードさん。
俺も戦うためにモビルスーツが必要。
Meanwhile, Noelle's still from Texas. Howard's still from Hawaii. Yeah, as per my note.
すまない。記憶がなくて。いや、そういう意味ではない。なあ、ハワード。わからないのはあんただよ。どうして俺たちに援助するんだ。
Even though
Because
you
of Blood
supported me
Cold
back in episode 5.
Yeah.
どうするか実はわしも困っている。
Stumbled across it. Proceeded with this whole fleet of carriers that I found.
責任を果たすためだよ。ガンダムの製造に関わったものとしてな。
Oh, yeah. He.
ガンダムに？
実を言えばトールギスにだ。
ゼクスの所在は本当にわからないのですか？
奴のことだ。生きてはいると思うのだが。
There's no indication to say he would be dead anyway. Yeah, we found Zex.
やはりか。平和的自治権の確立を願う我々宇宙コロニーに対し、地球側は常に武力による生活を行ってきた。連合の時代しかり、オズの時代しかり、そして世界国家を宣言した地球しかりなのだ。その地球側の先兵がガンダムだ。地球側はガンダムを使い 宇宙の統一を願う我々に攻撃を仕掛けてきた。オズ宇宙軍の援助のために。
そんな
I mean, it is true, actually. You were at the meeting where this was discussed.
だがオズ宇宙軍は間もなく消滅する。我々はすでにオズ宇宙軍に向けて大部隊を派遣した。宇宙は我々コロニー市民のものだ。
Fair enough.
なんだどうしたのだ。ホワイトワングの
Well, sir, your voice actor is about to stop getting paid.
Yeah.
But, sir, you realize these are episode 30 onward mobile dolls, not episode
Yeah.
10 onward mobile dolls.
Yep. Not even deploying their shields.
Yeah, I was about to say
Not even
that.
bothering with their shields. Yeah.
マルシーに逃げ込むのだ。ダメです。追いつかれます。
Well, evasive maneuvers.
Yeah.
And tell the mobile dolls to actually try.
Ah, the cockpit shot.
わしがこのわしがこんなところ。
The irony. Oh, that'll help.
Yeah. Yeah, that really blocked
As I
it.
understand it, the back is the most resilient part of the body.
おじい様
Turn, smile, laugh.
Yeah.
立派ですわ
Yep.
おじい様ドロシーは泣きませんおじい様も最後は戦場で
Like I told you, 5 years older, I'd be about it.
宇宙が一つになった時、我々
I mean, she's the best character in the show next to Zex.
我々には大義がある。そして我々はその大義を貫く
Milliardo Peacecraft.
新たな指導者を迎えている。
新たな指導者
地球と宇
My
宙
PR team told me this would be a good entrance.
存在が対立の図式を生むのだ。私の名はミリアルド・ピースクラフト。宇宙に対立する存在。地球の排除をここに宣言する。バカな。
そんなゼクスお兄様
To be fair, what do you really need Earth for?
ロームフェラまでもが変わろうとしているこの時代に。
ゼクス、
Yeah, it's almost like we could have started from here.
お前はそれを
Yeah.
ウィングゼロが見せた未来から俺が選んだのはこれだ。
It's as if we're just engineering the whole thing so we can have yet another fight between Epyon and
I mean, we're at the final arc now, so
Yeah.
at least we're here.
whatever not sex, but he doesn't look very happy with the whole thing.
What are you
I'm
talking
gonna
about? That's
declare war.
clearly a grin.
Yeah, sure.
I just like the idea of just doing this to people.
Yeah. Finger guns.
Well, you know, well, he didn't do it to, like, Rolina. It's just like, time to kill you. No, he just says it. But for Zex, he's like, I see where this is going. Now, if this was a gun, the iron sight is fucked up. This is my thumb.
And I would shoot a screen, which would do nothing, but you know.
Yeah, that'll teach him.
Yeah.
Like I said, what do you need the Earth for? Because my mind goes back to, you remember I've talked about the book Eon before, right?
Yeah.
Greg Bear, like one of my favorites. The element that after a post-nuclear war, they move to an asteroid, and they basically like take the surface level of the Earth and put it into the asteroid. So like the water, the usable land, you know, whatever. And then the asteroid becomes the new civilization because Earth is uninhabitable at that point. Technically, they could just destroy the Earth and then mine the particulate that's left behind.
Yeah, except for all the
I was pausing for
billions
the
of
next time
people.
on.
トレーズによってクイーン・リリーナは財団代表の座から追われてしまった。
What you can't do.
その頃、宇宙では覇権をめぐる戦いの火蓋がついに切って落とされる。宇宙要塞バルジの攻防戦である。数において勝るホワイトファング軍は確実にオズのモビルドール部隊を圧倒していくのであった。新機動戦機ガンダムウィング第41話バルジ攻防戦。
Because remember, the Trey's Oz faction is just a minor part of Oz that is not even winning that war. So how can Trey's... I guess he's removing her for position because she lets him do so. It would have to be my guess.
Yeah.
At the same time, to your 18 billion people, I don't know. You said it sounded like you said 18 billion people, which is
I said the billions of people on Earth. Yeah.
Well, I think it's way more than I think you went. What I heard you say 18 billion, way off in the 9 billion direction. Millions of people still technically off in another 9 billion direction, but either way, I don't fucking care.
Jesus Christ.
Well, no, he might care. Well, let God sort them out, I believe is the turn of phrase. But no, it's the element of the people of the earth have been our enemy for the entirety of time, so the only way to stop this oppression against us is to eliminate them all. And, it is a, if you will.
Genocide.
No, I guess that works better. I mean, I don't want to invoke very specific things, but it's not a genocide, though. Then that doesn't work better. This is the exact same thing I talked about before. There's no space noids, earth noids here. This is just a large portion of the human race, and we have no idea how many people are living in the colonies here. This might not even be a decimation. It's just the element of these people are our enemy, and they have threatened to kill us in a very real sense. If you think back to Lady Un, she's pointing all the weapons at the colonies, and not for nothing, the Earth people do keep showing up here, threatening to blow up the colonies. We essentially live in soap bubbles, and they're constantly putting a finger to the soap bubble. Well, I feel like they feel like they can do that. They feel like they can do that because Earth's not a soap bubble. But if we can make Earth a soap bubble and realize that you are in just as much danger as we are. But at the end of the day, again, I don't think the colonists care. Remember, episode 1 onwards starts with everyone with their backs against, or their faces against the wall, because Oz is a dictatorship tyranny, right? So, Earth, in its silence, supports it.
Yeah, you can't justify it. That's not a justification for
You can.
genocide.
This is the meta argument of what we said before, is that you can justify it, especially when the other side isn't left to argue. Self-justification with no recrimination is justified. Imagine in a scenario, though, that you're dead, so your voice is not given to anybody. So the people that believe that they've done good will continue to believe that they've done good without outside objection.
Until it's done to them. Because once you start with genocide,
You say that
no
again.
stopping it.
Imagine that everything you're saying right now, no one's going to hear.
No, but the thing is, we did that. Wow, it worked. You guys are not against us again? Oh, well, I guess we have to kill you. Oh, well, we know that your go-to
We've
solution
legitimately
to things
never seen any of the colonies fight one another.
they might do so now.
You're saying might. 100% the Earth has fought the colonies. 100% without any denial. They've oppressed them. They've put, again, against the wall with guns. Like, legitimately throwing grenades into rooms of leaders. Assassinating leaders of colonies. We saw that's the backstory of Hiro Yui. The Earth is full of bad people, and the colonies have never fought one another before. That's just history that we've never gotten. So your assumption that these are humans and they're going to do human things has never been proven to be true in the history of after Colony 195, the year that never ended.
I mean, if they're going to commit genocide, that's a very human thing to do. So, yeah, I would think the pattern would hold.
But any extreme can be reached at any point. Right? You're saying just
Once it
because
is
they're
reached.
willing to do this one thing, fuck do we know, man? Maybe they're going to commit the genocide, and then the perpetrators of the genocide are going to fucking kill themselves out of guilt and some sort of self-delusion that if we are the ones who did it, and we no longer exist in the greater gene pool, then the things that allowed us to do this that other people weren't willing to do will stop with us. Like, you can make up any scenario.
We have no evidence of that either. So
that's what I'm saying. You can make up any scenario. You're making one up, and you're basing it on the element that people are people. But I'm saying that the colonies, as far as we've been shown, have never factionalized and fought each other. They've been a united front since the beginning. Versus the Earth, which is one fought itself and then brought that fight to the space colonies.
Well, no, they haven't been unified. So because Operation Meteor was done by a handful of individuals, in spite of what the colonies wanted or not.
Yeah,
so,
and what did I say before about the element of the element of the colony leadership still siding with Oz. That these are a handful of rebellious people. They don't represent the colonies. By that same token, Operation Meteor does not represent the colonies. They are just some handful of colonists.
By that same token, if your enemy is Oz and these people are sided with Oz, then they're still your enemy.
No,
regardless of whether they are on Earth
you're talking about the colonies as though they're White Fang. White Fang is not the colonies.
Exactly, but the people who are going to commit genocide are White Fang, and they are the ones who go like, well,
yeah,
that's the case.
So you're like, there are some Germans that are willing to perpetrate a very big problem, and you're like, well, yeah, that's not all Germans. It would be the difference here in the example is if the Nazi Party was never a part of the German government, that if they were a paramilitary group that rose up, took over, and whatnot. Well, technically they were. I guess the example might work, but the element is that I don't know. That's just the hard part about trying to apply real world history to the fictional and very bland narrative that's going on here. That's one of my favorite parts of Trial at Nuremberg is the judge talking to just the normal German people about what they were doing during the war and just getting their opinions on things, because it's like they didn't commit the crime, but by silence they kind of gave their acceptance to it, and nobody fought against it. God, Trial at Nuremberg is such a fucking great movie. You know, talking to the judges of the German judicial system, you know, and how they allowed things to happen before people were rising. You know, just watch the movie. I'm going to do it a disservice by talking about it because I'm not smart. I like to think I'm good at debate, and that's probably it.
Sophistry.
Well, yeah. Actually, I believe more in sophism. I just don't believe you exist. You can't prove it. And since I'm so good at debate, you can't prove that I'm not the only one here.
This is the problem I have with all this, is that, again, this is just designed to end up having like another fight against, the whole series has been, there was this fight. Okay, how do we engineer so this guy fights that guy and that guy fights that guy? And it's more of for the, the setup for the next fight. Trace is going to fight a hero. Then we're going to have another hero and Trace fight. And now Trace is falling under the control of Epyon. And so he just wants to have war, right?
Not
and
Trace.
That's why he's like, sex, I mean. Because that's why he's so
Trace
glassy-eyed.
is not falling under the control of anything. Ironically, even though he created the thing.
Yeah, which whatever it was his plan to begin with, or was just an opportunistic taking advantage of the
the element that he's a master engineer. He's the Camille thing. Camille just sees a couple of suits and it's like, I designed the next Gundam. Out of what?
Yeah.
From where? It's, I don't know. At the very least, we know this is the second to last of these.
Yeah. Which means the last one will be pretty short and pretty quick.
No. Maybe. By comparison, probably 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this is the final one for the show, and then the movie. So that's 2. Yeah. So that's why I said 3 or 4 episodes. 20. Well, I don't remember if it's like a 90-minute thing or not. That's what I'm saying. Maybe 3 episodes long. Yeah. But that, as far as I know, is the final thing. Probably not like the final thing, because in a reality, you have to consider that once you bring the nations back, like, Relina saying national borders are abolished, and everyone's not like, brother! It's not like... Yeah, peoples that have been hating each other for thousands of years are not going to be like, suddenly, she said it. This was the opportunity we've been waiting for, because no one had the guts to say it before, but now, Verlene's the queen. Wait, if there's no national borders, how is there a government? How's there one world government if there's no nations?
You have one nation, the world.
Yeah, but what's the border?
The atmosphere?
If there's one nation and there's no national borders, are you claiming dominion over the universe? Have you turned into Empress Relena, Queen of the Universe?
No, only the Earth. So technically speaking, the colonies are not part of the domain.
I ask you where the borders are. If there's one nation...
That's at the atmosphere.
That's a border.
Yeah.
There's no borders.
Within Earth, there are no borders. Outside of Earth,
Relina,
there is a border.
no, the problem is you're not reading the message. Relina has declared this is one nation with no borders. Relina has declared manifest destiny on the universe. You're declaring that there's a border at the atmosphere. There is no border at the atmosphere. This is one nation of humanity, no border. Which means I own the colonies, because I'm the queen, and this nation has no borders. If we're already existing in space, why are you making the atmosphere the border of, So she has declared that everything in existence, everywhere the sun sets, Simba, is my kingdom, except this is the position of anywhere in the universe you can see the light from the sun, which is to say, everywhere, I guess.
Yeah. That's
she
why
has
the
become
aliens
evil Empress Relina by reading between the lines. Like, this is the shit you would do if you were like a bad guy in the show. That was our entrance. Quick, get the legal team on this.
And that's what the aliens attack.
Well, thankfully, I think there's only... Well, the problem is, if we include manga, I'm only familiar with 3 shows that have aliens. I said shows, 3 Gundams that have aliens. Well, technically, 8 has aliens, but that's not a spoiler. Literally, the first panel of the first manga is like, there's only 70 people left on Earth. That's like that sort of thing. And then you get to see like Tyranids in the Gundam universe.
Yeah.
Oh god, it is so fucking good. Because it starts off with, this is everyone fucking dead. I'm dying now. And then I assume you're seeing the other Gundam pilots that you meet like in the first chapter as like infected Tyranid shit. Like, it's like, oh my god, how do we get here? It's like, that's the story of Gundam 8. And it's like, I'm on board. You sold me with the we're all going to lose, because that's what I want to see. So, we're all going to lose. How did we get here? And not for nothing, it has a built-in, you remember in Seed, there's the, what do we call them? The people that are better than other people. Coordinators.
Coordinators,
yeah, imagine if we did the coordinator thing, and instead of generations, we just kept improving coordinators. So you have firsts, would be the first generation coordinator, and now you're on to like 8s. I think that's why it's called 8, by the way. Because they're the 8th generation, they're that much more superior to normal humans. And the 7ths are like, we sacrificed everything building the world the way it is. How are you going to make these people ahead of us? So that's like, that's the world, basically.
And now the aliens show up.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're also doing the exploration thing, and apparently there's a secret group that already knows about the aliens, and they're trying to collect the aliens, so I assume that's where how we pissed off the aliens to destroying the Earth. Because essentially it's like, we live in a utopia so good that now we're going to go out there and explore, kind of like a proto-federation without, like, the Klingons and everything like that. So, because that's when it starts off. Look at how utopia this is. And then it looks like Apocalypse from DC Comics, like giant holes in the planet and everything like that. We fucked up.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm on board with that. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil the shows that might have aliens, because I don't want you guessing ahead of time in case we get there.
Oh, there you go. That's it episode. We're not even sprinting to the end. We're more like power walking to the end.
No, we're the same pace. The show doesn't power walk.
Yeah.
The show sprints.
Yeah.
Again,
well, power walking is not really that fast. It looks like you're going faster, but not really.
no, I mean, it can be.
Yeah.
Depends on how fast you're power walking. Power walking is such a weird metric that, they do like Olympic events for power walking. Like, the rule is that you have to at least have 1 foot on the ground. So you have the camera thing of, oh, no, both of the feet are on the ground. That makes it a sprint and not a walk. So you can fast power walk to the degree that it can be conflated as sprinting, but you have ground level cameras to make sure, I think it's the difference between a gallop and a trot. For horses, I mean, obviously.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's the element that somewhere out there is a entire carrier group that just like, that's my big example, is we're always at a sprint. Because even though nothing fucking happened in those groupings of episodes, we did hijack a carrier group and then went somewhere, and then we're in the jungle, and that is like a whole fucking arc of shit. Remember. I meant to say imagine, like you're an episode of 24. They've hijacked the carrier group. Well, what happens in the next hour? Like,
Yeah.
the
Who's
carrier
driving
group's
this
gone
shit,
missing.
though?
They're in
Yeah.
the jungle. What jungle? They were in the middle of the ocean before. Is this the same hour?
Yeah, it's still taking. Well, yeah, I guess.
After Colony 195. It's a pretty busy year.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
well,
boy.
I guess if that's everything, then once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?